Hi, this is Mindless Insanity 602 reporting to you at the Nightmare Central with day number 27 of my fourth annual 31 Days of Horror Film Reviews. Yep, that's right, we're on day number 27 so that means one down, four more to go. And the next four are probably going to be more interesting than this one to talk about. I could definitely know that. But since I already got this planned out for this day, I'm going to be discussing it, and that's going to be of Faces of Death, which is a 1978 not rated 105-minute documentary, but it could fall into a horror category. Directed by John Allen Schwartz. Yeah, I think I got this name right. Anyways, this little documentary, Faces of Death, um, spawned like an eight it spawned at eight sequels. Well, seven sequels. I'm counting this one, but in reality is that it spawned eight sequels, spawning from this one 78 to 99, 1999. Now, Faces of Death. I really don't have much of an information on how the origins of this began, or whatever. I really don't, but all I know is that it has some sequels. It came out in like 78, and it's like a documentary of sorts. Now, Faces of Death, it's basically a documentary of this doctor who narrates both fake and real life death, both fake and real life deaths. That's actually one thing I completely forgot about my knowledge of this. Some of the horrific scenes in this little thing are real, are real. And I have serious doubts. People claims that they are real. I think I read it somewhere. I really don't remember. But some of the deaths in this are real, and they actually show them. And some of them are fake. It's like interspersing with real and fake images of death. And I really don't believe that. I really don't believe that at all because I really I really don't get how you know how the people behind the making of this can legally 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 show um, show people's real life deaths and dead bodies of real humans and all that stuff. It seems both illegal and unethical and illegal to be having. If some of this stuff is real, I really don't know what to believe is real or not, but I have my serious doubts that this stuff is that this is have any ounce of realness. But apparently so. I don't know. Anyways, Faces of Death is basically about um, this doctor who narrates these very macabre and sickening imagery of like imagery of imagery of like goats, sheep getting killed, cows getting killed. Now I could somewhat believe that. I can somewhat believe that because there's already been something like that that came out called. It's a horrible documentary. It's a horrible documentary. and I was forced to watch it at one point, and it's called Food Inc. It was called Food Inc. And that's a horrible documentary, and that showed some macabre and disgusting imagery in it. And I could believe that portion. Maybe that's the real portion of it. I don't really know. It's really 50-50. So basically, he just shows these people, these images of people, getting macabrely injured, and after they get injured, he says, some it's somewhat of a philosophical edge sometimes, which is nice. And there's some nice little well, not nice, but there's some because none of this shit in this film, maybe the end credits of it, not like, oh my god, this is just a piece of shit, and the end credits are just the best because the film's over, as I could use as like um a generic snappy one-liner to say, oh, this is a piece of shit, like majority of film critics out there. It really isn't like that. But there's a lot of peaceful and nice imagery, and in the end credits of this film, kind of to have like a nice little, to calmly get you out of the the horrendous state of this film. Now, basically, you get to see this doctor, like I said before, I'm keep on repeating it, narrating the whole entire thing that's going on in this little film, and his name is, I don't know, let's see, he goes by, shit, I dropped it, Francis, Dr. Francis B. Gross. So yeah, his appearance when he's, actually doing his things, decent, um, decent at best. And after you get to see his appearance there, you get to see some stuff, some stuff, um, like there was one portion where they were showing how a accident went wrong in this, and overall, this is just a sleazy, world shocking, more extreme and sleazy version of, like, one of those like famous cable channels that says, like, the world's 100 most shocking videos. And this is more of like an extreme hardcore version of that, because they show grotesque imagery there. I really couldn't care at all for either style of this story. I really couldn't care. Well, it's not a story, it's just a documentary. And this one I could definitely see why people would be, I could definitely see a little bit more merit to this, because I think you could derive a little bit of more knowledge and information, get more information, be better informed by this than, by this thing, because at least the guy is, at least the narrator, at least gives some bit of information behind the things, and at least he seems like he's giving you some knowledge and, some insight, instead of just typical typical like typical gimmicks and bullshit that like those World's 100 Most Shocking Videos that guy does, where it's like, oh, I could definitely tell that you're just trying to sensationalize that, and I could tell that there's a little bit more of you could definitely tell that there's a little bit more of like a little bit sneaky lying to that, and there's all in all there that's not to be trusted. Neither is this, but at least I feel like this is a little bit more honest in its representation, which I appreciate honesty. And that's one thing that goes into this little thing's favor is that's at least somewhat honest, and I appreciate that. And I kind of, and you know, the grain level, and things actually make it kind of effective in the mood that's supposed to convey to you. But overall, I really am not a big fan of this Faces of Death. But if you're really into checking out obscure macabre stuff, I guess I would give Faces of Death a try. I guess I would recommend giving it a try. I really am curious what the seven sequels to this are like. Are they, you know, are they presented like this? I really am curious. I'm really have, I'm just, if I somehow manage to like if Faces of Death 2 through 8, if Faces of Death 2 through 8, become available on YouTube, and I get into the proper mind frame, and like force myself to watch it out of curiosity, I would check out those because I'm curious of what goes on with those. Anyways, let's talk about the Blu-ray. The Blu-ray here. I was at a point. It was at a point when I was like really super into blind buying a whole bunch of Blu-rays, and this was one of the things I blind bought. It was a fairly decent price, and there is some good amount of special features. It's from Gorgon Video. And you open it up, and there's the disc. It one thing I like the cover. I like that dark, eerie cover there. That's actually pretty cool. Overall, if I were to grade this little thing, I would give it like a D. A D minus would be at best, but I don't really know. Anyways, this has been day number 27 of my 4th annual 31 Days of Horror Film Reviews. And yeah, in a little less than 24 hours, I shall be back with day number 28. And that means that we're 4 days, four more reviews away from being completed with this year's videos. Yeah. So, anyways, I thank you guys for watching. It would be greatly appreciated. If you would give the video a like. If you'd really be honest with me. If you like it, then give the video a like. Comment if you have anything like that you would like to discuss about Faces of Death. Then comment. That'd be greatly appreciated. And if you have like and if you're new to this channel and you like this, then subscribe. And anyways, this has been day number 27. Anyways, Faces of Death, and I am out.